Blub blub everyone, welcome to Stellaris. First time on my channel, I'm GaryTheGammarid and I love this game and we will play a nice, interesting run today. We will play the Terran Star Empire and, well, to introduce them, they are a species I personally created for this purpose. Actually, I love to play them. I played many rounds with them already. Changed them up over the time to just fit the theme better. They are an empire that is leaned on the Star League from BattleTech. And the Star League fell, as you might know. And after that, there were these so-called succession wars and the clan invasion and so on and so on. And I wrote a little piece that introduces us to this setting, which is intended to be a long time after that. And we will hear the not so certain history of this empire, or this soon-to-be empire, from one of their leaders, and it's the current one. And now I have to open it for myself so I can read it because OBS is too small. This is the speech of Cordelia Salazar, the current empress of the Terran Star Empire, at the day of resurgence in the year 2200 after the Great Devastation. What this is, we will get a hint in this little piece, and hopefully this will introduce us into a great, interesting run where we try to fend off every obstacle in a galaxy of turmoil. And this president says, or the empress says, "We were not prepared. Years of warfare left our empire far beneath its potential in many ways. There were no fleets to speak of. And we don't understand why. As an outside force hit the periphery with massive amounts of ships, there was nothing we could have done. Morale was low since everyone knew that we couldn't stop them. We were surrounded. We were broken before it really started. After a year, the periphery was glassed. We could slow them down with our war machine. That didn't stop them from bombarding us from orbit. Another year and the territories of the great houses fell into chaos. Most worlds that were left outright rebelled and burned soon after. It took the enemy less than 5 years until they threatened Terra. We know there was a small fleet that used guerrilla tactics to slow the enemy down. Not even they could stop the onslaught. Terra fell. It is not known what happened after the bombardment started. The scarce data shows it suddenly stopped. We do not know why. We only know that the enemy was non-human. One of the factions captured one of them. No pictures or other data about these Xenos survived the Great Devastation. A new zero year began. This was 2200 years ago. Rebuilding and restructuring our society took time. There are still ruins on our world we need to investigate. We will not make the same mistakes in the future. This time, we will venture forth stronger and more united than ever before in our history. There will be no houses, no lords or ladies. We are united under one banner, working together as one species. We know there is an enemy out there capable of destroying everything. This time, we will become the wall to break them. The shadow of our fleets will darken the skies of every planet daring to stand in our way. Whatever we will find out there will be bent to our will in one way or another. As of this day, the Terran Star Empire is emerging to the stars again." And this is what we will see in this series. The emergence of the Terran Star Empire. And I may introduce you now to this empire. There we are. This shall be part 0. Which you already know when you clicked on the video, of course. But this is just a little brief look into this empire. This would... No. This would probably be the better one to look at. This is the Terran Star Empire with its current Empress. We are Terrans, humanoids, and we have the Remnant Origin, which was introduced in one of the last DLCs. We will use the Imperial. Our Imperial ships will be from the what's the design called? Oh, the Imperial ships. Okay, that's fine then. Perfect. We are a martial empire, which means we have Imperial leadership. So we are still ruled by an Empress or an Emperor, whatever happens to become the new leader, or whoever, I should say. We are warrior culture. We have diplomatic corps, which will give us more diplomats. The warrior culture will help us gain unity by dueling, which is from the battletech empire, the remnant of the mech warriors. So we duel to entertain and become more united. We are authoritarian, militarist, and materialist, which shall reflect these in my opinion, the Star League and battletech ethics back then. Like they were kind of worshipping at some point, not really, but close to it, the great battle machines, the battle mechs, and they weren't shy to go to war or were a democracy at any point. Well, some of them were, but all in all, they were pretty authoritarian. And this empire shall reflect that in a way, but we of course changed our ways. We changed the way we wage war, that we changed the way we approach others since the Great Devastation left us in shambles. And only one world was left, our Terra, the main world where all humanity came from, in the Sol system. We are natural engineers, just reflecting the battle mech designs and all that's come up from there. Very intelligent people, just very unruly too, which doesn't help, of course, keeping an empire together. And pretty ingenious, just for some extra energy. I thought that would be fine, I think. Sedentary, to combat some of the bonuses, of course. Immigration is not a high thing for us. We were always pretty separated from each other, because there was not much capability to transport people from one to other worlds. That changed, of course, now. That changes exactly now, and we will see a different outcome to our history, which is shrouded in darkness in some ways or another. Not everything is known. We have just heard that some things are known, but the future will have us adapt and find new ways to deal with problems, crises, and potentially aliens, which are actually not normal in this setting. So that's going to be fun. I am very curious how everything pans out. I have to say, I designed 15 species. And if we press done here, we will play with 1000 stars for spiral arms. Just my personal favorite. Just a huge number of stars and the galaxy size, and I like the 4 arms on the spiral galaxy because it enables a lot of choke points that wouldn't be there otherwise, and they are mostly in the connection points of the arms and such, which is interesting to me. And there shall be between 7 to 15 empires. I may fiddle after this episode with this stuff, because I want to keep some of this as a surprise, as will the other species be a surprise. But I designed 15 species, and I'm curious which of them will emerge in this galaxy and which we will meet. I hope for 1 or 2. For one reason or another, you will see that. Hopefully we will have 1 or 2 fallen empires, which will dictate if we can have a war in heaven. I'm not sure if I will increase that, but yeah, we will see. We will see. And the rest shall mostly be normal. I'm not sure about the crisis strength yet. We will see what I decide. Maybe we go a little bit higher. Maybe we go at just 1 time strength or something. We'll see. I will fiddle with all the other options too. This shall just explain some of the things and mostly the empires. Now, a short part 1, but I hope an informative one. We will start in the next episode with the Terran Star Empire, and we will see where we will go, and I'm very excited to see everything unfolding. And I have every DLC of this game, so it'll be very interesting to play with the new Nemesis DLC, which I already played, I think once. I think I had 1 run with this, but and 1 or 2 co-op runs. But this will be very interesting, just spying on people and stuff, and setting our first contact protocol, and just role-playing this empire as good as is possible for me. I'm more of a role-play min-maxing type. I'm not that much into min-maxing, but I'm not 100% pure role-play either. So I try to mix and match there. I hope that will be interesting for you too. If you're interested, be sure to watch the next part, which will come on the same day, just in a few minutes, probably half an hour apart. So you can just jump into the first episode, and I'm very excited, and I hope you too. And we will see each other there. See you then. Goodbye.